Now on CBC Vancouver News.
No ifs, ands, or bourbons about it.
A ban on American booze, lumber tariffs, and another pipeline to the South Coast? BC's Premier and the Prime Minister find plenty to talk about amid trade tensions with the U.S. Plus,
we can't run a budget on projected or possible revenue. We need a check in hand.
Burnaby School District wants the BC government to help pay for a projected funding shortfall after negotiations the province oversaw. And borrowing big to build big.
We're delivering a real livable Langley to go with the projections that we'll be adding another 100,000 people over the next 20 years.
We'll look at why the township of Langley is going into debt.
This is CBC Vancouver News.
Hello, I'm Dan Burritt. Thanks for joining us. BC's Premier says reports of a proposed new pipeline from Alberta to BC's South Coast did not come from the Prime Minister's office. Just one topic in a phone call between the Premier and Mark Carney earlier in the day. The CBC's Jessica Chung has more from Victoria on what else was on the table.
Hey Ray, nice to see you. Happy Thursday.
Top of mind for David Eby and Prime Minister Mark Carney, trade tensions with the U.S.
I reiterated for the Prime Minister the importance of the softwood lumber issue for us and how linked it is to our decision. No ifs, ands, or bourbons about it.
Eby says BC will not put U.S. liquor back on its public shelves until there's progress on softwood lumber tariffs. The booze ban is a move other premiers have done as well.
I think the Americans think this is a coordinated thing. The reality is the British Columbians who are pissed off about our industry being attacked, our families losing jobs for absolutely no reason. It's ridiculous.
But BC's interim opposition leader is skeptical the move will work.
I view it as actually pretty performative. I don't know what kind of, it's symbolic for sure, I'll give them that. I don't know what kind of impact it's having. I don't suspect it's something overly significant in terms of the negotiations that are going on.
But U.S. officials have flagged the issue as a key trade irritant going into renegotiations for the Canada-U.S.-Mexico agreement. One expert says the next steps are crucial.
Predicting where this is going to go, getting out your kind of crystal ball and trying to figure out what the Americans are going to do. I think the Canadians are going to be very consistent.
Eby and Carney also discussed recent reports of another pipeline from Alberta to BC's South Coast.
He advised me that this did not come from his office, that it is Alberta that is doing the work on this.
Eby says the only potential pipeline route that he knows about would go through BC's North Coast, and that would require lifting a tanker moratorium there. And the Premier says there's not a world in which he can support that. Jessica Chung, CBC News, Victoria.
The Premier is also sharing more about his recent backpedal on proposed changes to the Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples Act. Eby says meetings with First Nations leaders shaped that decision. The Premier says Indigenous leaders found the government's initial plan to unilaterally amend DRIPA unacceptable. He then proposed suspending parts of the act, which the Premier says some First Nations found more willing to accept, but some of his own MLAs had concerns.
Nobody wanted to do this. There were more than 10, and I would include myself in that list, who were deeply uncomfortable. We had some very hard internal conversations with caucus about how to move forward in this situation following the court decision. And so this is the best path for us. And I think we're all glad to have this space with Indigenous leadership to co-design a solution before the next session.
Sources have also told CBC News more than 10 NDP MLAs spoke out internally against the amendments. The Burnaby School District is warning of major cuts if the province does not help deal with a projected multi-million-dollar budget shortfall. As Michelle Gassoub explains, parents are worried about the potential impact on students.
The Burnaby School District is staring down the barrel of a $9.4 million deficit.
EAs and all of the support staff is really what we're looking at, maybe some teachers, and which would result potentially increased class sizes. Yeah. So we're looking at pretty desperate times.
The projected deficit comes from a 2022 arbitration decision that found more than 800 teachers were owed retroactive pay. Those negotiations were handled by the province, and the district says the costs should have been fully funded back then.
Because it was the province's negotiation, because it was their misinterpretation of the contract and negotiations that the district is not a part of. They have no say in.
The situation we're faced with this $9.4 million is not a result of a mistake made by district staff, by the Board of Education, by students, by anyone within Burnaby. This is quite frankly a provincial bargaining issue that requires provincial action.
A request the province is now considering.
I absolutely understand the concerns of the board, and the parents, but I've given everyone my reassurances that nobody has said no to the board. There currently is not a funding shortfall.
But the district says until the issue is settled, it will have to consider what it warns would be serious cuts.
We can't run a budget on projected or possible revenue. We need a check in hand. We need a letter of commitment. And at this point, we do not have that.
More uncertainty for a school district that already cut more than $4 million from its budget last year. Michelle Gassoub, CBC News, Vancouver.
An NDP MLA is calling for the return of unspent donations raised after the Lapu Lapu Day Festival tragedy last year. Now, one of the groups that received part of the Kapwa Strong Fund claims allegations and tensions in the community have led to threats. Mira Baines has more.
Nearly 40 different groups received funds from about $1.5 million in donations raised after the deadly car ramming. Now a BC MLA is asking for the groups to give back any unspent money so it can be redistributed to victims. This victim says she's concerned about tensions and accusations.
I would like to continue my recovery and my healing in peace, and it makes it difficult knowing that within the community there's a lot of infighting.
Watkins and her son were struck and injured at the Lapu Lapu Day Festival. 11 people ranging in age from 5 to 65 died.
It's a very emotional time, difficult time. It kind of brings back those memories.
With the one-year anniversary on Sunday, the MLA for Vancouver Kensington is calling for United Way BC to ask groups that receive donations to return them, including Filipino BC, which Elmore says was allotted $500,000. She has written a letter to the United Way to disperse the leftover funds directly to survivors and victims' families.
Funds were raised with the intention to support victims and survivors, and they necessarily didn't receive the majority of those funds.
There have been questions over how organizations have been spending donated funds. Filipino BC says Elmore is unfairly calling for nonprofits to return the money.
She's never reached directly to us with these concerns, and it's a shame that she's doing this through the media.
He says members of his organization have been targeted with threats.
We've since started to work with the VPD and the Hate Crimes Unit, and we'll have more to share, more to say about that.
Aquino says Filipino BC was earmarked to receive over $400,000 in funds, but only applied to get half that amount. Vancouver police say due to privacy concerns, they can't confirm or deny if there is any active investigation. The United Way said in a statement they distributed the final $100,000 of donations. The one-year anniversary of the tragedy is on Sunday. Mira Baines, CBC News, Vancouver.
After nearly a month of protests and community backlash, the Cowichan Valley Regional District on Vancouver Island has halted a plan to consolidate numerous bylaws. As Claire Palmer shows us, people in several rural communities have been up in arms.
Almost 100 people are gathered loudly outside the Cowichan Valley Regional Board offices. The lineup stretches down the road as people wait to get inside to have their voices heard by the board. It is debating whether to put a pause on a controversial bylaw change.
Stop the bylaw, and farmers can have a right to owning their animals.
We have several small farms, and they wouldn't be allowed to operate as is.
The change would have amalgamated bylaws from 9 districts into one comprehensive document. The district says the change would make it easier to understand and enforce the rules. But people here say the massive, mostly rural CVRD is not a one-size-fits-all community. Ace Hicks grew up in the valley and now owns a small farm here. She says the change would hurt her community's ability to be self-sustainable.
You need to be able to sometimes make decisions that make sense for your land, not just blanket laws that apply to your land and prevent you from building a fence at the height you need, or having the amount of chickens that you need, or having beehives.
In the end, after hours of fiery discussion,
that's carried unanimously. You can clap now.
Rural directors voted to halt the process until after the October municipal elections.
I understand the angst and the anger in the community, and I think this is a reasonable path forward.
Ace Hicks says it's great to see her community care about local politics and hopes the energy keeps up.
We're not in the clear yet. I think this is just the beginning of a really great movement.
A fresh board will be elected in the fall. It will have to decide what to do about the proposed changes. Claire Palmer, CBC News, Duncan.
Darius Madavi here for a first look at the weather and the fire map.
That's right. It's been a long time, Dan, since we've had to look at this, but get used to it because we have a long stretch of warm, dry weather ahead, and especially for many parts of southern BC, we have that fire danger expected to keep climbing for at least the next week. And in fact, authorities with the Coastal Fire Center earlier today noted that this is expected to continue and people should be aware. Here's a little bit of what they had to say.
We're just asking folks to be aware of the lower relative humidity. We're also going to see some fairly brisk winds over the next few days. So we just want people to be responsible and to use common sense if they're going to be engaging in any open burning activities.
And so, as we head into the weekend and early next week, temperatures are expected to jump once again, especially in the southern interior, Monday and Tuesday. So be on the lookout for climbing fire danger, and again, avoid burning if possible. Let's zoom out a little bit here. I want to mention one fire in particular, so I guess actually zoom in. This fire is a little ways south of Boston Bar, and in fact, just south of Hell's Gate in the Fraser Canyon. It's about 40 hectares right now. We'll be keeping a close eye on it to see how it develops.
Okay. Darius, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Vancouver Council is swinging for the fences, inviting potential owners for a Major League Baseball expansion club to step up to the plate. Council has now passed a motion to explore a bid for a team. Caroline Bargood shows us why it all might be a field of dreams.
Vancouver is already home to the Canucks, the Golden Eyes, the Canadians, who are the farm team for the Toronto Blue Jays, the Whitecaps, and the BC Lions. Now Vancouver City Council wants to explore a bid for a Major League Baseball team too.
The motion passed with Councillor Orr in opposition.
And maybe it's a consortium of
this sports expert says bringing and keeping an MLB team in the city won't be easy.
There are 81 regular season home games, and that's a big season. That's larger than any other team in our city or region has, and so it's a lot of dates to fill a stadium.
The MLB is thinking about expanding the league to include 2 more teams, and Vancouver wants to be considered. But it will need to find private investors willing to spend billions to finance a team and build a stadium to house it. The city is already struggling to find land for a stadium for the Whitecaps, the #1 team in Major League Soccer that may leave Vancouver if it doesn't get one soon. The mayor insists potential investors are out there.
People expressed an interest, they approach us, and so that's why we're pushing this motion.
I don't think this is a likely proposition.
This political science lecturer says this all seems more like an election ploy for a mayor hoping to win another term this fall.
So far, the mayor is being quite cagey about who may have expressed interest. And so without an answer to that question, it's impossible to know whether this is just empty talk or a real substantive proposal.
Either way, Vancouver sports fans seem to like the idea.
Yeah, I'd go. Why not?
I would like it if the MLB came here, yes.
I haven't been to baseball games in a long time, but if the opportunity comes up, I would go.
The city has 60 days to find a potential owner committed to pursuing an expansion franchise. Then MLB would decide if Vancouver is ready for another big league team. Caroline Bargood, CBC News, Vancouver.
It is a big plan that is building new, big services for people in the township of Langley. But those projects come with a cost and spark a debate. Justin McElroy will have this story coming up. Many cities and towns across BC are cautious about going into debt to pay for big projects. One municipality, though, is bucking that trend. The township of Langley has borrowed over $400 million in the last 4 years to upgrade services. But as the CBC's Justin McElroy reports, it is stirring up a debate over how should cities pay for infrastructure.
Eric Woodward. He's the mayor of the township of Langley, and he's fed up with what people are saying about him online.
Hate and misinformation is easy. And don't forget, we stole Christmas and even hate kittens and puppies. I don't want to respond to this crap.
Woodward is aggressively pushing back on criticisms, even going into social media threads, and it's mostly over claims about the state of Langley's finances. Here is a chart. Since Woodward took office 4 years ago, Langley has added more than $400 million to its debt. No other municipality in the province comes close to that. It means that the township has the highest per capita debt load for any major city in British Columbia. But here's the thing, it's perfectly legal. And Woodward argues that other municipalities can take a cue from Langley.
I would suggest that maybe those politicians look to our model to maybe do a little bit more for their residents and taxpayers like we are, where we're delivering a real livable Langley to go with the projections that we'll be adding another 100,000 people over the next 20 years.
But let's back up. Where is this debt coming from? What level of debt is legal for BC cities? And why does this debate matter so much? First of all, this debt is because Woodward wants to build fire halls and soccer fields, playgrounds and city-managed housing, and much more. Many of these projects have been centered in the Willowbrook and Willoughby area, where most of Langley's growth has been this sanctuary.
Yes, of course, it's a lot very quickly, but it also means we're getting a lot done very quickly.
Municipalities can't run yearly deficits, but they can take on debt to build things. But how you choose to build things can be done in a lot of different ways. Burnaby is the most famous example for paying for projects entirely through reserves, no debt. Vancouver does a lot of big projects through a capital plan, with some debt approved by referendum every general election. Other municipalities will ask for public consent to take on debt for a specific project. In general, it's fairly fiscally conservative. Langley is just going for it. No referendum, no slowly saving up, Woodward endorsing spreading out future debt payments while locking in present rate construction costs.
The ability to spread that cost over time, and debt is a perfect way to do that. We are going to accomplish more for Langley by a huge margin than we could ever accomplish by doing it in saving it up and spending, saving it up and spending.
At the same time, municipal finance experts are watching with interest.
It's not entirely surprising, I guess, but nevertheless, it would be a cause for concern. You want to know that you have some room if you're on that council.
Here's why. Municipalities in BC can generally spend a maximum of 25% of its annual revenue on capital debt repayments. If you reach that limit, you can't ask for any more loans. Now, there's some contention over how close Langley is to that limit, but MacArthur says their approach does expose them to more risk.
That's one of the reasons why there are limits on how much they can borrow, because the temptation might be to borrow at a very high level immediately to satisfy demanding taxpayers and then run into trouble down the road.
Now, Woodward argues that some debt will soon come off the books and that Langley won't be impacted by the Metro Vancouver housing slowdown because it's less reliant on building new condos. And so therefore, they're in a good space. But a number of critics have sprung up in Langley asking what happens if he's wrong.
We are the backstop for all this debt. Development's slowing down, and everyone can see that. You just walk around the neighborhood for a few minutes and you'll see a lot less projects coming. Well, when development goes down, it's going to be up to us to fork over that money.
Woodward argues this is mostly an orchestrated campaign by his enemies, but he knows this will be a big part of his re-election battle.
And the message that will be sent is that if you're a politician and you do something that's ambitious, you have an amazing plan for an amazing Langley, that your opposition is successful, then you're sending the message that as a politician, don't do anything, it's too risky.
Of course, that's his political framing. But what's undeniable is that Langley is an outlier in British Columbia in how they're paying for things. Whether the township's election shows that this will be a successful experiment, or if Woodward ends up being a political footnote, to be found this October. Justin McElroy, CBC News, Vancouver.
Some newborn great horned owls captured by photographer Sylvester Law in Delta this week. Welcome to Earth. Darius has your BC-wide weather forecast coming up.
Hi, I'm Amy Bell, and this is your CBC Inbox. Join CBC and the Canadian Mental Health Association, BC Division for the Compassionate Minds Luncheon. On May 6, hear from a dynamic panel on why early intervention matters. Tickets at bc.cmha.ca. And on May 12, join CBC's Benit Brach at Surrey's Top 25 Under 25, an awards reception honoring the remarkable achievements of Surrey's top young leaders. Tickets at swrbot.com.
Darius Madava here with the BC-wide weather forecast and the fire danger map.
That's right. It's back. It's back again. We looked at this earlier. The story is it's going to keep climbing over the next few days across the vast majority of BC. For some areas that are a little bit cooler, you know, down in the low to mid-teens, that climb might be a little bit slower, but we are expecting temperatures to jump up early next week once again, especially in the southern interior. So it'll be a close, an area we're going to be watching closely. A few pockets of extreme fire danger in red there, one kind of hidden under Kamloops and parts of the island. So a number of places that we're going to be watching to see how things develop. But again, very little, if any, precipitation expected. Earlier today, we had a few flurries, showers popping up in parts of the northeast and southeast. That thunderstorm risk not expected to return tomorrow. Good news, but some convective activity still possible in those areas. But other than that, we are dry. We are largely sunny with warmer than normal temperatures, especially on the south coast and parts of the north and central coast as well. The north also looking a little bit warmer than normal as we head into the rest of the week. But then again, pretty much all of BC expecting to see that temperature jump as we get into Monday and Tuesday next week. Remains to be seen how long that increase in temperatures is going to stick around. But regardless, the dry weather, the lack of humidity, the sunshine, the climbing temperatures, all contributing to that fire danger. I know it may feel early. We are still only in April, but definitely something to be watching out for. We aren't going to start getting drought updates for a little while yet, but once we do, we'll make sure to bring you that information as well. Lots of sunshine expected across BC tomorrow. So of course, you know, keep the fire danger in mind, no open burns, but also, you know, enjoy the sunshine. It's been a long winter. We can enjoy a little bit of nice weather, especially if you're inland. Look out for those warmer temperatures.
All right, Darius, thanks very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on CBC Vancouver News. You can watch this newscast on CBC Gem, our free app, as well as on YouTube, and of course, our website, cbc.ca/BC. Good night. Now on CBC Vancouver News.
No ifs, ands, or bourbons about it.
A ban on American booze, lumber tariffs, and another pipeline to the South Coast? BC's Premier and the Prime Minister find plenty to talk about amid trade tensions with the U.S. Plus,
we can't run a budget on projected or possible revenue. We need a check in hand.
Burnaby School District wants the BC government to help pay for a projected funding shortfall after negotiations the province oversaw. And borrowing big to build big.
We're delivering a real livable Langley to go with the projections that we'll be adding another 100,000 people over the next 20 years.
We'll look at why the township of Langley is going into debt.
This is CBC Vancouver News.
Hello, I'm Dan Burritt. Thanks for joining us. BC's Premier says reports of a proposed new pipeline from Alberta to BC's South Coast did not come from the Prime Minister's office. Just one topic in a phone call between the Premier and Mark Carney earlier in the day. The CBC's Jessica Chung has more from Victoria on what else was on the table.
Everybody, nice to see you. Happy Thursday.
Top of mind for David Eby and Prime Minister Mark Carney, trade tensions with the U.S.
I reiterated for the Prime Minister the importance of the softwood lumber issue for us and how linked it is to our decision. No ifs, ands, or bourbons about it.
Eby says BC will not put U.S. liquor back on its public shelves until there's progress on softwood lumber tariffs. The booze ban is a move other premiers have done as well.
I think the Americans think this is a coordinated thing. The reality is British Columbians who are pissed off about our industry being attacked, our families losing jobs for absolutely no reason. It's ridiculous.
But BC